Starter garden plants are a range of top quality flowering and foliage shrubs supplied by Akiro Limited, specialists in plant marketing. Joy of Plants provide by far the most comprehensive database of UK plant information, and we're very proud to be launching our From the Label QR Code Plant Info service with Akiro Limited at Four Oaks 2012. A QR code is like a barcode that you can scan with your phone to get more info on something. Everyone's using them these days. You'll see them on the front of magazines, posters, adverts, and now also on plant labels. To scan them, you need a QR code reader. Some modern phones have QR code readers built in. If yours doesn't, you go to the App Store on your phone and download one. I have an iPhone, so I go to the App Store icon. Tap Search and type in QR code. There are lots of free apps to choose from. I'll choose one called Scan as it has a 4-star rating. And then you tap on Install to install. Now I'm ready to scan QR codes wherever I find them. So imagine I'm now at the garden centre. I'm looking for a spiky, exotic looking shrub as a feature for my front garden, which is in sun part of the day and shade the rest. Let's have a look at this Cordyline australis. The label gives me some basic information about the plant, but doesn't really tell me that much. This label has a plant info QR code on it though, so I can scan it for more information. First I need to look for the scanner app on my phone and open it. Then I point the phone at the QR code, the right distance away. And here I see the pages of plant information. There are 4 pages of plant information for needs, looks, photos and names. There are lots of bits of information on each of the pages. On the needs page, I'm particularly concerned to see whether the plant will cope with sun and shade. Here I can see, yes, it likes sun but tolerates part shade. And also the soil pH, because my front garden has alkaline soil, and yes, I can see it will cope with alkaline soil. Now I can scroll back and look at the looks page. Here I can see the garden style. I can find out that yes, the plant does have flowers, and I wanted to check the height, so here I can see it grows to 4 metres at 10 years, so it's actually quite a big plant. I can scroll back, look at the photo page to see what it looks like as a mature plant. A good looking plant, I like that. I can go to the names page. Here I can see that the common name of the plant is the cabbage tree of New Zealand. I can scroll down and find a full description of the plant. And here it tells me that it becomes an evergreen tree up to 4 metres with a vertical trunk. I scroll down a bit further and I can see it has an award of garden merit from the RHS, so it's a plant they recommend. This looks like a good plant for my front garden. Now I'm going to look at some choicier shrubs for the back garden. These are plants that are evergreen, scented and have flowers. Here I'll show you how to use the QR codes to compare 2 plants. We've got 2 varieties here. On the left the Choicea Tonata, and on the right the Choicea Tonata Sundance. The Choicea Tonata Sundance seems to have yellow and green leaves, and the other one has green leaves, but I'm not sure if they both become yellow when they're mature. The labels don't indicate there's much difference between them. So I'll scan the plant info QR codes to find out more so I can compare them. So I go to the QR code reader app on my phone and I scan the first QR code. And now I have my pages of plant information as if by magic. I look at the needs page and I can see that this plant will cope with my alkaline soil. I go to the looks page to check the colour and size. So this plant has green leaves and grows to 1.8 metres at 10 years. I can just do a check on the names page by reading the description, and it confirms this plant has bright green shiny leaves all year round. So now I want to scan the second plant. So I'll scan the QR code for the second plant. I'll check the needs page. Yes, this plant also copes with alkaline soil. And I'll check the looks page. This plant has yellow leaves and grows to just 1.5 metres tall. Have a quick check of the names page to look at the description, and yes, it tells me that it has bright yellow foliage and has a bright effect. So looking at the QR code information has told me that the second plant has a rather brighter yellow appearance and it's a slightly smaller plant, which will suit me better. Most of the QR code scanner apps have some kind of history list. You can go back and have a look at the plants you scanned at the garden centre when you're at home and have more time. Open the QR code reader app. Find its history button. Here you see a list of the QR codes I've scanned. This app shows the day and time I scanned them. You tap on one in the list and it opens to show you the same info you got when you scanned the label earlier. Magic! The plant info you get from the QR codes is part of an extensive encyclopedia of UK plants, and that whole plant encyclopedia is available in the Joy of Plants app. Now I'm going to show you how you can use the plant info QR codes with the Joy of Plants app to save your plant info and do other things with it. The Joy of Plants app is currently available for iPhones and will be available for other phones in the near future. To get the Joy of Plants app on my iPhone, I can just scan one of the plant info QR codes. If I scroll down to the bottom of the page, I can see a yellow box that tells me about the Joy of Plants app. Here it also has an App Store button, which I can tap to open the App Store and take me to the Joy of Plants page. There's an Install button I can use to install the app on my phone. As you can see, I've already installed it. Now I can press the Home button and go back to the Scan app to see my plant info. If I scroll down the page a bit further, I can see there's a click here link to open this plant in the app. I tap it and it opens my plant info in the app. The buttons to move between the pages are now at the bottom of the screen, and there are extra buttons for the app at the top of the screen and extra buttons at the bottom of the screen. If I tap on this button in the top right corner, it gives me the options for things I can do for this plant in the app. The Joy of Plants app has a favourites list which I can add the plant to. It also lets me keep a list of the plants that I've got in my garden, so I could add the plant there. Or I could share the plant with my friends. I'm going to choose the Add to Favourites button, and it adds the plant to the favourites list in the app. And if I tap on this favourites button at the bottom of the screen, I can see it's added my plant to the favourites list. There's also a plant finder button at the bottom of the screen, and if I tap it, I can go to the plant encyclopedia, where I can find plants to suit my criteria with this option, or I can browse and search for plants by name, or browse through groups of different plants.